Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today I want to talk about the official announcement of Doctor Who's release date as well as time. We've got some new posters and a new big casting announcement as well. So the big thing that I wanted to talk about here is actually the release time, because we are no longer dealing with midnight to the collective celebration of everyone. Or is it? Because we will be dealing with something, it just won't be midnight. Let me get into it. But first of all, we have this. Doctor Who, The Stars Align on 12th of April. Watch Doctor Who on BBC iPlayer in the UK and Disney Plus where available. And then we have these two new posters. One of Ncuti Gatwa in space looking sort of sideways. The other of Varada Sethu looking into the sky. I have to say, I really like these posters. They have a darker vibe to them than last year's Season 1 posters. And again, maybe I'm just manifesting this darker kind of vibe to Season 2, but it definitely feels different in tone. Just from every bit of promotional material we've seen, it feels different. People have also pointed out that this image of Gatwa seems to be a homage to the Matt Smith Series 6 promo images as well, which if it is, that's a really cute callback. Also, looking at it, I'm trying to zoom in here. Is that Sonic green, or is it just the lighting? I'm unsure. But yeah, these posters are very, very nice, and they come up with the official announcement of 12th of April, which we all knew due to recent leaks via a weird broadcast on the under-20s rugby. Also, interestingly, before this official announcement was made, Newsround put out an article about it. So I really don't know what was going on with the release date of this thing. Clearly, someone messed up and released it prematurely. But yeah, it's very odd. At least we know officially now, 12th of April. But that's not all we know now. Make a way for Mr. Ring-a-Ding-Ding. Alan Cumming joins the cast of Doctor Who Season 2. Read more here. So for those of you who don't remember, Alan Cumming played King James in the Series 11 episode The Witchfinders. Very accomplished British actor. And he will be playing the cartoon character, who we've been referring to for the last however many months, known as Mr. Ring-a-Ding, which is a very fun name, and I really, really do dig this design and this art style a lot. This kind of Fleischer Cuphead style, I think it really, really looks very, very cool. Alan Cumming joins the Doctor Who Season 2 cast. Get ready to meet Mr. Ring-a-Ding-Ding when Doctor Who returns. I think I keep adding a dig-a-ding-ding when there isn't one, but it just sounds right to me, so I'm going to go with it. When Doctor Who returns on April 12th. The cast of Doctor Who Season 2 to grow as Emmy Award winner Alan Cumming is set to guest star in its second episode. So this is the guest star that Russell was talking about who would voice this character. Previously appearing in the Whoniverse as King James in Series 11, Adventure the Witchfinders, Cumming lent his voice to Season 2, Mr. Ring-a-Ding, a happy, fun, sing-along cartoon who lives in Sunnytown with his friend Sunshine Sally. Very kind of 1930s Steamboat Willie kind of vibes. However, in 1952, after years of repeats in cinemas across the land, Mr. Ring-a-Ding suddenly looks beyond the screen and sees the real world outside, and the consequences are terrifying. Okay, just off premise alone, I am hyped for this episode. I've said ever since the trailer came out that the cartoon man coming out of the screen was one of the things that intrigued me the most about that trailer, and just reading the synopsis, yeah, I'm all in for this. It reminds me very much of a Torchwood episode, which I cannot remember the name of. I'll probably put it up on screen, but it's the one where a circus crew are filmed and then they come to life via the film. And it seems like we're doing a similar thing here, only this time with kind of like a 1930s-esque cartoon, which is very, very cool. Russell T Davies showrunner said, only Alan Cumming could give a runaway cartoon so much wit, malice, danger and fun, he makes the whole universe of Doctor Who wilder and madder, and it's an absolute honour to welcome him on board the TARDIS. And then we get a picture of Alan Cummings here. And then this is the bit that I want to talk about. Because up until now, I've been very positive. You know, the posters look cool. I really like this announcement. I really like that Alan Cumming is playing this character. I really like the synopsis we've been given for this episode. But Season 2 will officially launch on Saturday, 12th of April. So far, so good. At 8 AM on BBC iPlayer and later that day on BBC One in the UK. At the same time, those outside of the UK watch The Doctor and Belinda on their epic adventures on Disney Plus where available. So this is the point of controversy for me. I'm not a big fan of the 8 AM change. People will also know that I wasn't a huge fan of the midnight change either, and to be honest, this is largely for the same reason, even though I will say 8 AM is a better time slot than midnight was in some ways, because, you know, at least like for kids getting up for school and stuff, they can watch it before they go to school, kind of fulfilling a similar role to those kind of Saturday morning cartoon type of vibes, which is what I'm assuming they're going for here. And apparently BBC have had several launches that have come out on 8 PM or around the morning time. So I do get this, and I do think it is better than midnight. However, my issues with it are as follows. 8 AM for a lot of people is going to be, the start of work or the start of school, like I said, so a lot of people may miss that initial launch and then have to avoid spoilers all day whilst at work or at school. The other element of it is, my main issue with the midnight thing was it kind of segmented the viewing experience for the fan base, because one of my favourite aspects of watching Doctor Who is when everyone sits down to watch it and everyone live tweets or live reacts to the episode and everyone gets to give their thoughts at the same time. And by having 2 separate release times, you kind of fragment that viewing experience. Now, I understand that this isn't the biggest issue in the world. At the end of the day, it's a release time for Doctor Who, and ultimately, I'm just glad that it is coming out. But at the same time, I can't help but feel that it just kind of ruins that experience a little bit as well. So like I say, I do think 8 AM is slightly better, but it is not ideal. For me, myself, I'll be honest, getting up at 8 AM on Saturday is kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to be up early then. And you could say, well, just wait till the evening broadcast or wait till later in the day. But I know for a fact if I do that, I'll have a bunch of messages being like, did you see what happened in Doctor Who? And I'll open up my phone and immediately be spoiled. So I probably will just watch it at the time of broadcast initially, so at 8 AM. And I kind of need to do that anyway for job reasons, because part of the appeal of this channel is getting everything out as it comes out. So I will be watching it at 8 AM, but don't be surprised if I look half asleep in the videos. To be fair, I already kind of did for the midnight ones as well. I think this will be better. I'll probably just get an earlier night the night before. But yeah, it's still not an ideal time, and I do just sort of wish we could go back to normal scheduled viewing. I mean, Christmas had a normal time, and no one in America seemed to mind, so I really don't know what this kind of strategy that they've been doing since season 1 really adds. The 60th also released at a normal time, so I really don't understand the benefit of this, really. It just kind of confuses me. Yeah, so Josh Snares will get it at 6:30 PM in Adelaide. Is this the first time I'll watch Doctor Who at night on first broadcast? It's like we've flipped. So crazy. So, I mean, at least the Australians are finally getting a good time. But for everyone else, this seems like the objectively worst time, even compared to midnight for the most part. It's 3 AM in the East Coast US, exactly like releasing the midnight for usual shows for America. Happy for the Aussie fans, though. Yeah, so, like, for a lot of US places, they're getting it at, like, 2, 3 AM. So the whole appeal of dropping it at midnight for the US audience is kind of gone. I mean, it never made much sense to me anyway, because, again, you were getting it at, like, 4 PM if it was, like, 7 or 8 PM over here. But, like, still, this is so much worse for every other time zone other than Australians. I mean, I'm glad the Australians are getting a good time, I respect them. Shout out to my Aussie brothers and sisters out there. But I don't know. Is anyone else just finding this whole strategy a little bit bizarre? But I've rambled about this long enough. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.